my partner is a doctor. So we got a lot of the, yes, honey. So we got a lot of the information on social distancing before the general public did.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone, I'm Rayceen Pendarvis and I'm here with
Krylios from Team Rayceen.
And we're here with
Darryl Stephens from Hollywood.
actor, author, activist, brother, son, poet, such an amazing artist and such an amazing man and such an amazing light and someone who I am honored to call a friend.
Thank you, mother.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So, we're going to jump right into it. In the age of, social distancing, how are you coping?
I'm a little bit of a hermit. I'm not a big extrovert anyway, believe it or not. I kind of stay home a lot. So I feel like I'm doing actually pretty okay. My partner is a doctor. So we got a lot of the, yes, honey. So we got a lot of the information on social distancing before the general public did. Like we understood very early, probably late February, early March, that we need to really stop going out and dealing with people in public. So me and all my friends have had that information. The families have that information. So we've been pretty diligent about it. And I would say, I think that we've been very good about creating spaces at home that feel comfortable enough that we can just be here all the time. It's hard when my best friend's birthday was last Thursday, and we had planned a big party for him at the house. He turned 50, and it was tough. It was tough. We had my first time on Zoom actually was. We had a Zoom party for him, and we put a video together for him and showed him with the shared screen on Zoom from our respective homes. And it's been a matter of figuring out how to do it. It's been a matter of sort of adjusting our expectations of what we can do socially. But I think that we're doing okay. And I think that for the most part, I understand that this is going to be a long process and that we are in for the long haul. And that if we are going to continue to be, stay well and safe, we have to be very serious about, limiting our exposure to the outside elements.
Yes, definitely.
So that's where I am, and I feel like I'm okay with it. It's gonna be interesting to see how, just how emotionally and psychologically this impacts all of us. I have a number of friends who live alone. Gay men, a lot of us feel like, living alone is what I want to do. I don't want nobody up under me all the time, like Whoopi Goldberg. And all of them are saying, wow, I could really use somebody to just kind of give me a hug or just somebody to talk to right now.
Honey, oh my God. No,
Very
I've
real.
been saying that the whole time. I miss hugs, Yeah.
Everybody does. So, as you are in the midst of a move, but on the creative side, how are you tapping into that creative juice?
So I used to have writing sessions every Tuesday and Thursday. I would drive to a coffee shop, sort of halfway between where me and my writing partner live, which is in Los Feliz. And we would sit at a coffee shop and sit at my computer, and we hammer out stories until I, come up with script ideas and all this stuff. And so we had actually a script that we have an amazing director attached to and 2 producers who are also incredible attached to for this movie that we were very excited about. We were going into pitch, we were figuring out how we were going to pitch it. And then Miss Rona came through and was like, not today. So we are currently in the midst of figuring out how to do that virtually, that pitch thing virtually, but also my writing partner and I figured out the last time we were in that coffee shop, actually, somebody coughed or sneezed. It wasn't even a cough. It was a sneeze behind us. And I was like, we ain't coming here no more.
Yeah.
This is before the stay-at-home orders, because I had again, my partner's insights like, don't be out with these people for no reason.
Yes.
Right? And we were sitting in a coffee shop, I want to say it was first week of March. And first week of March, I was like, okay, he sneezed. And it was just a sneeze. And I was like, we're not meeting here tomorrow. We're gonna figure out how to do this via FaceTime. So basically, we can sit on our computers with FaceTime. Final Draft has an option where you can collaborate. You can see changes on a script happening in real time from two different locations. So that's what we've been doing, is actually kind of shown me that we don't need to be driving to this coffee shop anyway. We can be doing this virtually up from now on. Like, I don't
That's true.
showering and getting dressed and running across town for nothing. Like,
you can stay in your pajamas, honey.
Stay in my pajamas.
Can I hear you? I am fully dressed though. I have to get into my mode. I am fully dressed, pants, everything. I told Krylios, I said,
that's not what I'm giving. That is not what I'm giving at all. That is not what I'm giving.
Pajamas and garb up.
I am giving shorts for everything. Okay, so let me know at the end of this, like, what's your hope after this is all over? What is the hope that you have for how things turn out at the end of this?
Well, you know, what we're seeing is, in very, very clear terms, the disparities with, in terms of income inequality, in terms of healthcare, and just in terms of the way our government rushes to bail out corporations and billionaires and leaves us to suffer. And what I am truly hoping, you know, I was not a big Bernie fan, mainly because I had a problem with his supporters. I was a big Elizabeth Warren fan, because I just felt like she had very clear plans without all the drama of the demagoguery and all that stuff. Excuse me. Right, and we need to. But what I'm feeling like is Bernie's platform, even though he has stepped out of the race, has really come into, like, everyone is like, yeah, we absolutely need what he was talking about. And so what we're seeing, and hopefully we'll continue to see, is the Democratic candidate, Mr. Biden, picking up these more progressive policies to put forward. And what I'm also hoping is that people recognize that Republicans have never, ever, ever had the interest of the people at heart. And while their racism is certainly fed into all these people in the middle of the country, and in California and in New York and all these other places as well, these racist people who thought, or these, let's not even call them racist, these ignorant people who thought that this man was going to save them from something, like the dreaded another black president or a female president or whatever, are finally going to see enough of the damage that the Republican Party has been doing to all of us and start to vote differently. I mean, I don't have a lot of faith in these people because they've been voting for him this whole, you know, and rooting for him this whole time. But when you start to see people in your own family, in your own community, and in your own, particularly home, get sick, and you watching the response of this administration be piss poor and insulting on so many levels, what I'm hoping is that people start to really acknowledge that we have to change the way we view this society and America and and our capitalism and our, you know, everybody for themselves. It does not work. And we have to, what I'm hoping is we get to really sort of reevaluate the ways that we approach community and society, and that we all start to find ways to take care of each other and be more proactive and more just conscious of the work that we need to do as a society to hold each other up. It's
that's so important. And
it's shameful what we're seeing right now. It's shameful that this man gets in front of cameras every day and argues about ratings and argues about bullshit that nobody cares about right now. We're seeing thousands of people die a day, and he is talking about his ratings. And the more you know, for a long time I was like, they need to take that off, get him off the TV. And now I'm feeling like, because my mother was watching it every day, and I was like, Mom, why are you even subjecting yourself to this insanity? And she was like, this is on the record. Everything this fool says is being recorded. And so when the time comes to, you know, to try him for his crimes, it's all there. So let him talk every day. Let him put his foot in his mouth every day. We have documentation of when he was saying, this is just the flu. We're going to go back to work. We're going to get America back out into the streets. He has been saying this shit from jump. And now we're seeing this pandemic reach epic proportions in this country because of his inaction and his ineptitude. So I'm hoping, to answer your question in the long,
That's
long,
all right. That's all right. I'm feeling your passion. And
I am hoping that we come together as a people and as a country and get these fucking crooks out of the government and start taking care of each other. That's what I'm hoping.
How about that? And it seems to me that you know, you've always been woke.
Yeah. I'm not always, to be perfectly, I appreciate you. I appreciate that. But, you know, we're all learning. And I think that it's what's important to acknowledge is that based on our history and based on our background, we all have things that we have to still learn. We still have to learn, right? And, you know, as more folks in our community come and get to tell their stories, we get to humanize every aspect of humanity in new ways. And I think that, you know, the more we do that, the more of an opportunity everybody has to be woke. And I don't want to put this idea that, you know, I was born woke into the universe. I was not. I'm learning, and I'm still learning.
I mean, well, you go through different phases of your life. Yeah. You know, I'm someone who is, you know, this is 3 demographics. Krylios is 30. You are under
46. 46.
Okay, under 50.
I'm hardly 30. We're not there just quite yet.
Well, you're under 30. He's under 50, and I'm way over 50. Right. So this is 3 demographics of us becoming woke at different levels of where we are in our life, that you go through these, you know, these amazing, you know, epiphany, you know, and it's so important. And folks who want to reach out to you and continue and they're watching this, how can they reach out to you?
Well, to be perfectly honest, because I am such an introvert anyway, I have not been as good about social media presence as some of us have been. Some artists have been. You know, they've been very, very serious about making sure that their faces don't go away in the midst of all this. There's a part of me that feels like we should be focusing and centering the voices who have the health background, you know, the public health background, and the information about how to keep ourselves safe. And I want to amplify those voices with my platforms. And you can find me on Twitter. And that's probably where most of my presence, my social media presence is right now. Instagram, I'll chime in every now and then, but, you know, I'm not feeling like a selfie. It doesn't feel right to be taking selfies and to be showing.
It's hard in the midst of what we're going on.
Yeah,
to be using social media in a way to glorify beauty and glorify this element of
self.
Yeah, or even you know, of fame or wealth, whatever the people.
But we have to use it is in ways of reaching out, connecting to people.
Yes.
Voices or people that inspire you, that can help inspire others. So, you know, what I'm learning is through this process and creating this series of interviews with people, I want folks who inspire me, who have touched me in ways, I want to reach out to them and touch them so we can touch folks on a larger platform.
Yes.
You know, and that's so important. And I thank you for allowing us to have this time with you.
It's so nice to spend time with you, Mama.
Look, to share a song or two.
Yes, indeed.
I want you and your family to stay safe, stay encouraged, and most of all, be lifted.
Same with you. Sending y'all love. Be safe.
Of course. Thanks.
We will. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
And thank you for watching.